Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Kenshi Shek's Conquest, episode 62, AI Cores. Yep. That's the warning call, I think. Yep. We could take out that number of Gyru, but Gyru aren't normally hostile creatures. And I'm a little lazy. I don't really want to feel the need to cook like 14 Gyru, so I'd rather not fight them if I could help it. It would be good battle training, but right now we're going libraries, and I try not to get too distracted. So here is another library ruin that we have to find our way down to. But if you hold left alt, you can see some damaged books in one of the libraries, and then this has more libraries. Yeah, with no spoiler tags on, I'm not gonna spoil what you'll find down there. I'll only say that new players should not venture that far. This is another tough lock. One of the reasons to get that that level 3 lockpick box is all of these locks that are found so far are just a little bit too hard for Shona and Kang, so that they can't practice and train on them. So the lockpicking trainer box that I haven't built yet because it needs spring steel and hinges is a good way to bridge that gap so that you get enough lockpick skill to hit doors like this one. Or alternatively, you could literally just hit doors. You could just smash the door, which is, well, or in this case, you can shove your compatriots through the door, violating a lot of laws of physics, and then just go ahead and pick it anyway. Because that's literally what happened. The thing is, using this method to break in is definitely a one-way trip, because it requires someone to shove you out, so there's always going to be one person stuck on the wrong side of it. But we'll either smash the door open in a second or pick it. As you can see, these guys are just smashing it. Oh, it's open. I think Els picked it a quarter of a second before we broke it down. So, loot again. We've got an engineer's map of a location known. A book. These normal books, I'm probably done with. Or just about done with. I probably don't need much more. We've got another armory. Okay, so here's an Ashland Dome Ruin map. That's going to reveal one of the domes. Once you get closer, it will tell you specifically what dome it is. It will say, like, Dome 2, Dome 3, because they are individually labeled, so you know what you're getting into. And let's check upstairs. Oh, another tech lab. Oh, all right, here we go. This is, hey, very close by. This is the Western Tech Lab that I was actually referring to just minutes ago when I said, hey, once I'm done with the library, you all can vote on whether I hit a proper tech lab afterwards, even though it might be difficult. So now we have the map to it, so I can feel like I'm not cheesing it by showing up. Well, there's one more library to do, and then I'll have you vote on whether we do the lab or not. And that library is just to the west of us a little bit, I think. No, I might be done. No, I missed one. And also, I left someone behind. Like really behind. So that's not good. Who's back there? So the best way to check here is to drag box and then see who it doesn't highlight. So Kang got stuck. Kang got real stuck. Kang shoved himself into a mountain and cannot get out. Don't be like Kang. Because now everybody has to come back and get Kang out of the mountain. It's not that much of an inconvenience, but I ought to have noticed sooner. It's kind of funny, though. He's, like, deeply embedded into him, into a cliffside. At least he's safe in the rock. You'd say that, but I've definitely seen people get attacked in the terrain. It actually happened to me last stream, or the stream before, when I fell through the tech lab and started getting eaten by one of the blood spiders, even though I was, like, inside of a building. Hey, Kank, can you come to the edge? Can you, like, work with us here? There we go. Tora, pick him up. So the easiest way to do it, that doesn't require you to, like, save and load or anything like that, is to just have someone pick them up out of the position that got them stuck, and then you'll be on your way. Luckily, doubling back to King's location is actually kind of the direction we needed to go anyway, so it's fine. We're good. So, question. What should I do after the libraries are looted? Go to the tech lab. Go to the ancient lab that in the burning forest. That was the one that treated me oh so poorly, where I got my butt kicked. So we could return to that scene of that crime. Go attack enemy factions. Go shopping for high tech or viewer submitted ideas. So the tech lab is closest, possibly the most difficult. The ancient lab would be a point of pride. Pride meaning a lot to a Shek. Returning back there and proving that it cannot best us. The attack enemy factions might be the best training, because we can pick factions that have enemies that are roughly as strong as we are, thereby gaining the greatest benefit from downing them, and possibly some unique weapons. And then viewer submitted ideas would be just anything that you want. And then the shopping for ancient tech, I could actually probably do that and number 3 at the same time. Just sending Kang to go shopping, and then having everybody else go attack whatever the war target is. I don't like the idea of being down a Kang, because he is my get-out-of-jail-free card in many ways, but I could probably do without. So, you can feel free to decide. Now, taking a look at the tech tree, because it looks like that seems to be a popular option. Core level 6 is locked to me behind 2 AI cores. There are at least 2 AI cores for sale, so I could get Tech 6. Smithing for weapons grades 4 and 3 and 2 are all behind ancient science books, and this would allow me to make even better weapons than I am currently making. So it would be very possible, given a little bit of tech shopping, to raise our weapon quality. And then large defensive walls. I probably won't rebuild all of our walls, but large defensive walls would open up gate tier 3, wall tier 3, so on and so forth. And that would allow us to have a slightly heftier gate. And that's behind 3 engineering research. I also just need to upgrade my tech bench, but that's that is almost free. I mean, that's just some iron plates. It's not much at all. There he goes! The beefy grog looter has opened the door. Alright, I'm leaving Shona and King to train on this box so that they can build up some skill. Because I think... Oh, never mind. There was an ancient science book laying on the ground here. So that's 2. Awesome. 3 books in this bad boy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A crumbling labs blueprint, or map. So that is here in near Strobe's Gamble. What else do we get? And maps of already known locations. Okay. This library has been definitely better than the rest so far. I haven't even gone upstairs, so I cannot be disappointed. If upstairs, unless upstairs had like a, 500 security spiders that ate me, that would be disappointing. All right, we have a little bit of a tiebreaker, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have you vote on said tiebreaker. They were very close. So either, 1, go to the ancient labs in the burning forest that kicked my butt for a little redemption, or 2, go shopping for high tech. Oh, and we have another ancient labs map. And this one is way out in the Forbidden Isle. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that was going to show up on an ancient labs map. That is, that's a somewhat unique location. So I'm just surprised it pops up on the map like that. But I guess that makes sense. And I believe we're full looted. All right, we are trekking home. Nice and tie. I'll use a coin as a tiebreaker if need be. Okay, we have a single spider. That's not that concerning. Wow, even Rockfin's lagging behind? Oh yeah, because he's chock full loaded of books. And King's down to his last dried meat. Got it. Well, if Rockfin's so encumbered, how about we just follow Rockfin? Follow the rebel leader. Can you use the medical work tables inside? I believe so, yeah. Oh, Headshot just lodged herself in the rock here, and Larry did too. I think this is the same rock. All right, you guys want the Ancient Lab by tiny margin. Got it. I haven't done an Ancient Lab in full, so there's some benefit in doing it. So, if you're looking for ancient books, and this is a little bit of a spoiler, but I'm gonna be careful as to not spoil too much. There are a finite amount of books able to be sold, and I mentioned this in the past, so I don't feel bad mentioning it again. You can find some at the World's End. You can find some at the Scrap House, and you can find some at what is it called? The totally blanking on the name. The floating, where is it? The Flats Lagoon. That's where you can just outright buy them. But it's a finite amount. They only the shop does refresh, but those items never refresh unless you have to do a game import, which, I have not done in this save file. So there's a finite amount of tech that you can actually buy. And there's actually a somewhat finite amount of tech that you can find. So then the tiers of danger to try to get additional ancient books would be libraries. As you've probably noticed, I haven't had any combat in Lost Libraries. They're very safe. They might have, like this one, they might have some blood spiders outside of it, but generally speaking, Lost Libraries are easy. And then the next tier up would be Ancient Labs. Ancient Labs and Ancient Tech Labs, this is an Ancient Tech Lab, are just about identical, but the Tech Labs are, they have even higher amounts of tech. But if memory serves, there's only 4 Tech Labs on the entire map. So once you're done scouring, the ancient libraries, the Lost Libraries, you can purchase books and cores, or you can step it up and start going to the Ancient Labs. There's also this workshop complex in Grid, which is kind of a gimme. I did that one really, really early on. That allowed me to get some basic weapon crafting and the like. But that's sort of the progression. And then once you graduate from the Ancient Tech Labs, there's very little left that you can do outside of going into Hell. As you can see, I'm circling Hell, to gain more access to technology. The amount of technology that you loot from labs and tech labs is a little bit random. So there is entirely a chance that you just don't unlock everything. Unless you do a reimport or something, right? There is a finite amount of technology that you have available to you, and it is really, you are really capable of like not ever getting enough to get every single tech item in the research tree. Okay, let's, oh, there we go. Worried about the save load here. The current goal is to head home and resupply for a burning forest labs run. So another good thing for me to try to do is to bring materials for a scrap tent, which could protect me from acid rain. Crash M, this was your suggestion. There's also the mercenaries tent. Maybe it was it yours? But yeah, I could bring some materials to be able to shelter myself from acid rain, and that way, when I'm resting in camp beds, I'm actually recovering and not just fighting off the acid rain. And then there's some other things that I could do as well to make it a little bit easier. Just be more careful about how many I aggro and, you know, how many enemies that I add. I forget who suggested the scrap tent, or there's some other tent blueprints as well. Our base is just about full of animal skins. So once I get home, I'm not that worried about not having the materials for that. And I have so many known books. We're gonna have one educated rebel army here, unlike the Band of Bones that just swing big iron at enemies. Not really good at diplomacy, I suspect. Oh, the Band of Bones raid is overdue? Let's see. Can I find their bubble? Uh-oh. Why is Shager's Pride not looking like a city anymore? Concerned. Ever so slightly concerned. I think probably because they... well, we'll see. I'm not going to speculate. You're betting because it hasn't loaded in yet? Yeah, it's a pretty safe bet. Let's make sure we have everyone. Okay, we do. Good. I'm going to run through Shark just so that I can sell some of the excess stuff I have that I don't need to carry around, and then buy some food because we're a little low. Just a little low. Even following my own rules of, like, I will not steal, I will not, like, exploit to steal, like, beefing eggs or anything like that. As you can see, money comes pretty easy in Kenshi. And in a blink of an eye, you can become a millionaire. Which, then, if you spend that money wisely in places like the Scrap House and the Armor King, then you can become the most geared up individual in the world. Gear, of course, is only a small fraction of the equation. Without knowing how to use said gear, you're just an expensive loot pinata. But if you pair it with training, yeah, you can sort of flatten the difficulty curve considerably of Kenshi, which is what I actively try not to do, because a lot of Kenshi's most fun is when the fights are fair. And oh, speaking of fair fights, hi, dozens of blood spiders. I'm not interested in just jumping a pack of blood spiders, so I'm just going to run past them. Because we've got a vengeance fight to have. I don't want to be delayed. I will sell my stuff over here. The bar, actually, hold on. The bars are going to have more food, though. Is this the bar that just gambles, though? I think it is. Yep, never mind. Let's go to the other bar. Don't need anything from this one, but I will sell the known map location maps to foreign. And we'll go to the Dancing Skeleton. Not a lot of food. But it should be enough to carry us. Alright, that is all the space I have. What I could do is I could go through just a few of the individuals just to load up the Gohan and the rest of the fish. Yeah, we just bought their entire inventory. Oh, also, Els, I believe I owe you grog. Or... well, I'm not going to give you grog, I'm going to give you sake. And you're just going to have sake in your inventory. If you're wondering, it's a trade good. You don't really consume it, but give it to him anyway, because I'm a man of my honor and my word. So, sake for you. Alright, headed back on the road. That was pretty painless. It's a hungry bunch of Shek? Oh yeah, you bet. They eat so much food. 40k a day? Yeah, well, that's what it is to house and feed a standing army. Not even a big one, too. I'm actually impressed. Obviously, the AI don't have to play by the same rules, but I'm impressed that the Band of Bones are as large as they are. Or Dust Bandits, or Hunger Bandits. There's so many of them, and yet so little food available. So we're kind of in the wrong area of the swamp to find swamp turtles. Every now and then you'll see them on the eastern edge where we are, bordering the burning forest. But if we really wanted turtle soup, or turtle sandwiches, I should say, it'd be down in the south wetlands area down here. So if you need to really feed yourself, you can go swamp turtle hunting, and swamp turtles are very easy to kill, and they give you a lot of meat. Okay, making sure I have everyone. Nope, Mike and Jackson are falling behind. Alright, everybody follow Jackson instead. I think Rockvin's sold off enough of the maps that he's no longer encumbered, and Jackson's now the slowest. Come on, game. I feel like the moment I egg on the game, when it, like, zone pauses, it it works. Don't forget Thor. Yeah, Thor's fast. I don't know. I don't know who's slowest. It's not obvious to me, because they keep swapping who's the slowest. Thor's pretty weak, though. That's what's making him slow. His athletics isn't so bad. See, the athletics of Jackson is 40. Mike is 51, Thor is 61, but Thor doesn't have the strength to wear the gear that he's wearing, which is why he lags behind. So it's like, everybody has their own unique reason as to why they're depressingly slow. Shager's Pride, somehow or another, is still not a town. Obviously, it's intact, it didn't get messed up or anything. But for whatever reason, it's registering as just like a, I don't know, stopover point, something. Oh, bye-bye, all the food that I had. Some of the food that King had in his inventory was not being shared. The next step here would be to... let's ditch some of the loot that I have on me, because I don't need to carry a library's worth of books, or actually 5 libraries worth of books on me. And This here needs 3 hinges and a spring steel, so I think I have 2 of 3 hinges and 1 spring steel. Oh, and I have a raid heading towards me. This must be the Band of Bones. Oh, Band of Bones is coming. Well, jobs are on. I'm going to turn jobs on. Don't worry, I'm going to hit up that ancient library, but I'm not going to leave the base just yet, because, you know, we got some bobbers to murder. And that's some good training, so let's not bail on the base just yet. There's some murder to be had done. Okay, I'm going to go through everybody and make sure that their inventories are squared. And looking good. I don't mind if some other people have food or anything like that. The Band of Bones is a group of Shek who believe in, like, worthiness through combat. So they run around just, like, egging people on to fight. They basically fight for glory, and they're just constantly fighting everybody. So think, like, Russell Crowe in South Park. Just wandering the world trying to punch everybody in the face. I think it's probably pretty accurate. Mega Hoof, thank you for even more gifted subs. Cheers. So that is... No, you know... Oh, no, we have delivered the spring steel. So all that we need is 1 more hinge. No problem net. So, Mike, let's have you man the crossbow when you're done. Jackson. I'm going to change the crossbows that they use. Jackson. Poetic, you look idle. How do you not have a job? Glitch. Doesn't seem to be working either. Okay, so here's the bobbers. Bobber. And they are getting plugged full of wonderful little bolts already. They're going to get through this gate rather quickly because they have really, really beefy weapons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn jobs off for everybody, knowing that they're coming in. They've popped the gate. Looks like I've already killed 2. Or knocked out 2. Oh, now they're going for the wall. I don't know what their attraction is to that wall, but that wall is cursed. It's a cursed wall. Alright, here we go. Battle music. This is a... Ooh, good first hits. It's a rather large Band of Bones group, but we have really been getting stronger in these past weeks to the point where this used to really bother us, and I don't believe it does anymore. My conjecture is we handle this with relative ease because we are not these squishy little pipsqueaks we used to be. Clop. And they're all down. Not a single one of mine. Let's pause just to celebrate how easy this was. So Rockvin got tickled. King tickled. Ruka tickled. I'm just going to look for the most devastating injury. This is old injuries that Tilk has. So the most hurt I got was maybe Trustin, who's barely hurt. Yeah, like, no one got hurt. We won, and we're fine. What I am going to do is I'm going to run around. I don't really care about their gear, because I am now in a wealth bracket. That means I don't care about their swords. I also don't care about their swords, because it's not like they're going to be able to use their swords to beat me. I just totally smush them into a Shek-shaped pie. So now that they're mortally wounded, it's not like they're going to get up and be any sort of threat. So they can keep their weapons. I don't even care. You don't see Saitama, One Punch Man, disarming his opponents. He just walks away. And that's what we're doing here. What I'm doing is I'm taking their meds so that they can't be a continual nuisance. You know, like burning the wasp nest. With no meds, they're annoying once, not 50 times. And everybody go back to work, because honestly, there was nothing to see here. These Band of Bones showed up, and, well, they're done. They're all done. Have I tried the Torso Challenge? Yeah, I have. The Torso Challenge, in my opinion, is largely just RNG. It's just luck. Luck and patience. There's really not much more to it, and I don't think it's, it only has a unique first few hours, and then it's just like every other series, unless you add additional, parameters for it to become interesting. Do you think that's a fair assessment, Megahoof? I mean, it's my opinion, but I think any, you know, the same is true of like RimWorld, right? Like in RimWorld, you can have as much of a disadvantaged start as you want, but once you overcome that disadvantaged start, unless there's additional parameters to make it difficult, that's it. You're done, right? Like there is no more complexity anymore. So, you know, for instance, I'll give you a good for instance. For my sea ice challenges, the additional parameters are, hey, you can't get resources from other map tiles. So it starts hard and it stays hard. Whereas if you start on sea ice and then you leave after like an hour, well, big whoop. Then it's just as hard as everything else. Oh, what the heck did you just murder? Oh, wow, you cut his or her leg off. Yep, and there it goes. They see me rolling. Yeah, I guess they were trying to leave. So yeah, things like the Torso Challenge are fun to a limit. Not to be a party pooper, but I mean, if it was voted at some point that I'd do it, oh, absolutely I would. If that's what you all want to see, but I don't think it's only the first like 2 hours that are different. Are you guys all putting your... Oh, okay, yep, here we go. This is why I generally don't make a med crate, because Kang has now dumped all of his meds into the crate, because it's a ditch items. Glitch is standing there like an idiot, because there's nothing in the weapons queue. Yeah, that would explain that. Let me do a repeat queue of katanas for now. I think I was waiting to add additional weapons to the weapons queue once I had the research for it. But this bench needs to go up a level before I can queue up better research. So Cowley is going to be making sleeping bags for us, and with a med crate up and active, we'll be able to benefit, which is kind of nice. Looks like Case is burning their bodies. Nice. Quick question for you all. Well, let me think about this. So, the issue is, I don't really have a lot of food, right? I have a little bit of thin fish and some dust witches. So, there's two options here. What should I do? Go shopping for food to go to the ancient lab? Or make the food and meanwhile have Kang buy tech? Which way do you want me to feed my army? Do you want me to farm or do you want me to shop? Shopping would be faster. Making the food would have Kang then... Oh, hey, we got some hunger bandits or something. Yeah, some hunger bandits. Maybe I should close this gate. Seems like a reasonable idea. Oh, I watched, oh, yeah, you're smart. Look at this guy. He waited until there was a distraction and then bolted. Go limp, my friend. Limp free into the mouth of a big thing. I honestly think those hungry bandits, because I wasn't really ready for them, did more damage than the Band of Bones. Oh, poor Band of Bones. All right, I'm just going to make sure that everybody absolutely 100% tops up their health. Looks like most of our hunger has been addressed, though, which is good. Glitch, what? Now what? Go to the bed, Glitch. Oh, you're like a lost puppy. So Night Knave actually did take some damage there. It could have been friendly fire. I'm not sure. I wasn't watching. That would explain the severity of the injuries. Because all the other fights, we've passed with flying colors, so if it's more wounds than I'm used to, it's easier to explain it that I did it to myself. Which is sad. Alright, Night Knave. Hang on, I got you. Someone doesn't need this bad. Oron's good. You hop in there. Yeah, it's usually friendly fire. Hey, Replicator, here you go. Yeah, most of the Band Bones are dead or dying. Only a few of them are even going to wake back up. And you guys want me to make food and have King buy tech. Cool. Well, King's 100% healed, so I think, if memory serves, I'm already done 100% with the Flats Lagoon. So the only other places for me to go would be the Scrap House, and I know that there's going to be AI cores in the Scrap House. And it's not that far geographically from where I am. So I'm going to have King run there, and then at some point I can also go to the World's End, because I'm not 100% sure that I bought everything in the World's End, but I think it's actually quite likely that I am also done there too. I don't remember exactly, but I think it's possible that I purchased everything that was purchasable in the World's End already. I just don't remember. But maybe you guys will. Who knows? You got better memories than I do. So the other thing I'm probably going to want to do is to get the research bench upgraded once I'm done with what I'm currently working on. Yeah, there's only really 2 books in the World's End, and that's why I think I already bought them, because 2 books aren't that expensive. That's what, like, 10k or something, which is why I don't think that there's going to be any books left there. But the Scrap House tends to have a bit more than that, which is why heading over there is worth a trip. Whoa, Thorfinn, Jesus. I definitely shot you in the leg, dude. There's no way that a Hungry Bandit did that damage. You almost lost your leg. It almost came right off. Jackson? Maybe I should blame Jackson. In fact, Jackson, if you're going to man the mounted crossbows, I suspect... Oh, no, that's the regular training dummies. Didn't I have the... Was it over here? Maybe I'm just having a brain fart. I was pretty sure I had the trainers. Or maybe it's downstairs? I don't know. Wherever it is. I wanted to build them and I never did. I think that's likely. Alright, almost everybody's back up. Thor's close enough. Glitch, you're good. Alright, Jackson, Thorfinn. Just a few resting up. USS Kuba. Thank you for the resub. So Kang, in his infinite speed, Captain Speedo over here, is almost already there. I really don't have to babysit him, because I don't foresee anyone being able to catch him. I haven't done crossbow benches, and I honestly don't even think I will. I think the amount of research required to get into crossbow making, given that I only have one crossbow user, doesn't make sense. I think being able to... Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but sure. I think the benefit is making bolts for headshot, is a good idea, but making the crossbows for headshot is a lot more effort than it's worth. And the same sort of determination was made for prosthetics, because I have a rule against purposeful limb delimbing. You know, we're not going to try to lose our limbs for any reason. I think the chance of us losing arms and legs is really low. I've been very careful so far, and it has only happened 3 times. Yeah, the scrap house always has good weapons for sale, yeah. So I might pick up a weapon here with Kang for headshot. Because that, the spring bat that it was for sale was only standard quality, so I would want slightly better than that. Alright, so let's see. Who am I talking to? You. Quinn, right? Yep. Hi, Quinn. So here are the choices. So an Eagle's Cross, like I was saying, is sort of the creme de la creme. These are only specialist quality, but as you can see, the damage is 73 to 119, which is absurd and can easily murder friend or foe. So you gotta be careful about that. What I really wanted to look for was a spring bat, which is a faster fire rate and shorter range, because no one else in the group uses ranged weapons, so having a spring bat kind of would make sense a bit. A ranger wouldn't be terrible either, and I actually rather like the way the rangers look. But they don't seem to have... Oh no, here's a Masterwork Ranger. So the rangers hit for 35 to 57, and the reload time is somewhere between 2 and 4 seconds. Compared to the Old World Bows, this is 57 to 76, and reload time is somewhere between 2 seconds and 6.5 seconds. And then this is the Eagles. That was the Old World 1, Old War 2. The Old War 2 is better than the ones, but they're slower. Is there a spring bat here? I don't even know if they have a single spring bat. I might have to check a different shop. So the Ranger might be worth grabbing. The Ranger is just one step up from the Toothpicks, but it's a significant step up. Because Toothpicks that she has been using is like deep, retching garbage level of a quality. So, yeah. That is a possibility. Alternatively, there are 3 AI cores here that would set me back about 75k that I'm definitely going to buy. But let me also see about the other blueprints here. This is a stealth leg, a map of the Ashlands. See, now that I'm here, I actually have some real money to play with, unlike the last time. And the reason why, there was a lot of people who were like, oh, go back for the Dust Boss's weapon. The Dust Boss's weapon is like lower quality than literally everything you see here. So it's really not a big deal. Take a hinge for the chest. Yeah, let me buy a hinge as well before I forget. Thank you, Sir Thunder. Blackened chainmail. Is that the best chainmail? I'm trying to remember what the best chainmail tier was. So I think I bought all their books, and all that's left up here is the AI cores. So let me buy all the AI cores, because once you buy them, you never find them again. And I'm going to buy the Blackened Chainmail Blueprint. I have 40k left. So I think the Blackened Chainmail, generally the Blackened stuff is the same as the regular stuff with a little bit better stealth levels as a general rule of thumb. So like white plate versus black plate has a little bit better stealth. So should I buy the Ranger for headshot or save for a spring bat? Ranger, spring bat. So the Ranger is, I could buy it now. It shoots the same bolts, so that's easy. No, it shoots regular bolts. The Ranger, I would have to go, or the spring bat, I would have to go find, but it would hit harder. So one I could buy immediately for 18,000, and then the other one I have to go search and find. I'm really truly happy with anything, whichever you feel. So if we're going to get started into chainmail, one of the setbacks of chainmail is that you make chainmail, the material to make the chainmail armor, out of steel and steel bars, which is added complexity because right now we have a surplus of iron bars or iron plates, not steel bars. And there is there's a few different types of chainmail, excuse me. There's chainmail, and then there's like blackened chainmail. I think the blackened chainmail is slightly better than the regular chainmail, so I'm happy with what I purchased. It has really good coverage, so this has some negative effects. It's not something I'm probably going to want to hook up on a crossbow person because it will slow them down by 70% or like a total of 30%, but it does cover 100%. So it will make us very, very tanky. And you guys are saying just get the Ranger and shop. Because I'm going to have more money than I need to spend. So I'm not that worried about buying one now and buying one later. It's not a big deal. So here it was, the masterwork. And then this thing takes bolts regulars, and I believe that Headshot's been using bolt toothpicks. So she's going to need different and better bolts. Or not, yeah. Yeah, these are toothpicks. So I don't think that they sell a lot of bolt regulars here, or really any. So Kang, let's run over this way station before you go home and get some bolt regulars. So I'm not just handing her a crossbow she can't use, because that's kind of like a cursed gift, if you ask me. I think it's also possible or probable that I'll end up doing some food shopping, because I don't think I'm going to be farming and cooking enough to keep myself fed. I do have some meat wraps. Where do these even come from? Oh, I see the problem. We have meat and we have bread, but the bread was designated for the dust witches, of which we have no more cacti. I'm at a cactus. So we tied up. Oh, but I'm starting to get some rice weed. We did want to upgrade the rice weed farm, so let me do that to a large farm now. So we have plenty of rice weed. And that should have my constructors, my engineers put that together soon. Where is the cactus box? Is it this? Yeah, so we're just out of cactus. That's why we're not doing dust witches. But we do have a decent amount of straw flour. What about wheat straw? Okay, so we have no more wheat straw. So yeah, because we've not been home for so long, we really don't have a lot of resources to put into cooking. These farms just recently got watered, so it's going to be a little bit of a lag time before they start yielding. And the meat supply has dwindled, of course, as well, down to 7. So yeah, we don't have a lot of food at home. So I'm going to want to buy some. Oh, gray desert. That was more like white desert. It was very bright. So I'm over here to buy food and bolts. I could go hunting in the swamp. Yeah. Time for a meat hunt? I'll ask that in just a second. Of course, you have no bolts. Cute. Very cute. What about you, Cookman? Here we go. Bolt regulars. All 6. And then I'm going to top up on some food. This is the blueprints for bolt longs. I might as well learn it. It's very, very inexpensive. But that will save me the effort of shopping for it later. And yeah, we'll get home. Alright. Should I go swamp turtle hunting? No? Yes. Go before the labs. Yes. Go after the labs. Alright. Weigh in. I do think that we're going to have enough food without having to do that, but the choice can be yours. I think if we go hunting before the labs, I would likely... Oh, there we go. I would likely not cook it anyway until we got home and turn it into meat wraps. So what I want Rockvin to do right now is to switch backpacks over to a big trader backpack. I know that this isn't necessary to do, but my paranoia demands it. Taking all the research items out of the research bench, even though, again, it's not necessary to do, and to upgrade the research bench to the next tier, which is required for a lot of the research projects. Thank you for tuning in to Kenshi Shek's Conquest, which originally streamed live on Twitch December 23rd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to stay in touch and get notifications about content, Discord's the place to be. A link can be found at Rhadamant.com or the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you for supporting the channel. I'll catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Stay safe out there, my fellow Shek.